Charlie heard a great silence. Charlie graduated from college and met a beautiful young woman. He felt shy with her. They took long walks in the mountains together. They heard brooks and waterfalls, birds and wind in the trees. They felt their growing love for each other. They felt their love go out like ripples in a pond, like music into the world. And of course, there was a wedding march when they wed. The young woman's name was Harmony. Charlie started an insurance company. He worked hard and was very successful, but he still wrote music, more than ever. It was a new kind of music. It didn't have to be pretty. It had to be true to his feelings. Into a piece called Central Park in the Dark, he tried to put the quiet of the park, bits of popular songs, and the sticky heat of a city night. Edith, the little girl that Charlie and Harmony adopted, loved her daddy's music, but most people didn't know how to listen to it. Some thought it was a joke. Others just heard noise and got angry. Charlie wrote music on the train to and from work. He heard his father's fiddle and the sound of the wheels. He recalled the day two bands played different tunes at the joy of that day. Through the years, he wrote songs that had filled his life and his heart. He sent his music to musicians and orchestras everywhere, but no one would play it, and so no one heard it. Charlie grew older and became ill. He had to stop writing music. Charlie and Harmony lived in the country. He had hundreds of pieces of music that had never been performed.
Madness!
All on paper, all silent.
Noise!
Charlie continued to send his music out into the world, but few people had anything encouraging to say.
Madman!
If only they would open their ears, he said to Harmony.
Junk!
They might open their heart.
Dreadful! Dreadful! Madness!
Then, little by little, ears did begin to open. A young pianist performed and recorded some of his music. The Boston Symphony played some of his pieces, and so did a famous violinist. More musicians played his music. More people heard it. Why this music is just like Charlie. And people who knew him. His music won a very important prize. When he was 77, Charles Ives and the whole world heard his entire Second Symphony for the first time, broadcast by radio from Carnegie Hall in New York. He was too nervous to go to the performance. It's not bad, thought Charlie. I just wish I could get the whole of creation, fields, mountains, and all, into one piece of music. I'd call it the Universe Symphony. Wouldn't that be a glorious noise?
Crack! 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 Crack!
He jotted down ideas for the symphony. Charlie never wrote it, but Charlie heard it in his mind. Maybe if you open your ears like Charlie, you can hear the beautiful, funny, sad, joyous, amazing music Charlie heard.
Bong! Bong! Bong!
What Charlie Heard by Mordicai Gerstein.